We should read up on the Luncheon Kingdom next. It says here this country is famous for using a volcano to prepare a dish called stupendous stew. So stupendous I spat into the microphone with my plosives. Hello everyone and welcome back to Super Mario Odyssey. This time we are in the Luncheon Kingdom, Mount Volbono. And the first story moon, the Broodals are after some cooking. Yes, time for an actual showdown with the Broodals. We did not get that in the Seaside Kingdom as such. We had Mollusk Lancer instead. My goodness, they're here, the Broodals. What I actually want to do for now is gather some Goombas. We can stack some of these bad boys here. And then a little beyond that, I will actually talk about like this kingdom's thing. As you can possibly tell from the music and some of the gameplay mechanics we're seeing, this is a fiery, mountainous kingdom. It's just disguised as cooking themed, which is all quite cool. This is definitely my second favourite kingdom. If it's not my favourite, it's just because fuck me, is it hard to look at sometimes. And there are parts of it where I'm like, this would be really cool if the saturation was not so high that it's burning the shit out of my eyeballs. And that's honestly, the visuals is my only real, like the saturation of the visuals is my only real issue with this kingdom. This is our primary capture of the kingdom. This is a lava bubble, an enemy that which people will remember from a number of Mario games. And we can move through lava with it, but it can't survive outside lava, and we'll be seeing them a little more a little later. For now,
haha! We stole a whole load of boatloads of this place's stupendous stew. Not just a boatload, a whole load of boatloads. For the boss's wedding chow. But I'm gonna head back up the volcano to finish that stew. After I'm done with chew. Oh fuck, that hurt me voice. Now once you go Brooklyn, you don't go back. Right, so this is a rematch with Spewart, which much like, well not even much like Rango, unlike Rango even, he fights exactly the same as when we fought him in the Wooded Kingdom. Other than, I think, just the size of the arena, I cannot find a single way in which Spewart even fights differently. So we wait for him to finish spinning around like an idiot. Maybe he does this for longer. That's fun, certainly. And we get him here, so we hit him once to knock his hat off, and then we just jump on his head, and then we repeat it a third time. Well, let's skip through this almost, just because, boy, he does this for a while. And then we get our final hit on him here. He's the easiest of the Broodals and remains so on his second fight. So, you may not have seen it that clearly when we got that first Power Moon with the Goombet, but if we look at it here, the Luncheon Kingdom's got a really interesting graph. Hold the visualizer up, Doctor, and we'll see it's got a very clear spine through it. It has 4 main story moons, each of which unlock some stuff, because they're all very clear progression points. So you see this cool kind of like 4 main moons that form the spine of it, and then other ones that come off there. In case anyone was wondering, by the way, I didn't, as such, technically design the visualizer for this. It was generated programmatically, following an algorithm, that I fed it how each moon relates. So basically, what is the minimum, little secret here. What is the minimum moons that you require for a certain moon? Like, for example, any moon that comes after the Broodals are after some cooking will appear branching off that. Corner of the Magma Swamp there, little thing. So this is the Magma Swamp. It raises and falls, and I'm going to die. If I'm not very careful, which I am not. So you just need to be patient, which is gonna bite me in the ass, because I'm not that. But yeah, yes, the actual kind of overall plan of each world's moons was actually it's nice that you can do that. Was generated by an algorithm. There we go. Yeah, all I fed the algorithm was the requirements needed to have access to each moon, which is in the form of the names of other moons. So basically then the algorithm gets, oh, X leads to Y, Y leads to A leads to B,
B also branches off Y. It has all of that stuff, and then basically it plots out the actual relationships as a graph there, and then I've tweaked it and sometimes just fit on half of the page and look a little nicer. But the overall kind of like which moons go where on it is not generated through the moon's numbers in game or anything like that, because they do have names, numbers even. If I bring up the map, you'll see they all have a very specific number within the kingdom, but where they appear, was generated entirely algorithmically. So you can thank the R programming language for the visualizer for this particular series, which I thought was mildly cool. Anyway, once we're back outside, we are going to proceed onwards and we'll get to the main area of this kingdom and also get used to kind of the main capture of this kingdom. Well, we'll see the main capture first. You got these weird forks stuck into the wall to the left, so if you take one of them, this is a Volbono. You can use it, it's just like a pole from the Metro Kingdom. Get ourselves some purples there. And now we feel slightly bad when we realise, indeed, that actually, big welcome to Mount Volbono, home to the hugest flavours anywhere. That was a sentient being we just possessed. It's like a pole, except it's a person. Nintendo, for kids. We'll get to the checkpoint here, and here we are at Perongza Plaza. I think that's Peroni Plaza. That bird up there showed up out of nowhere and took over our stew pot. Just when we were making more of our special stupendous stew, everyone was getting ready to dig in. So that's our goal up there, is on that mountain. You see what I mean? If this kingdom is a bit hard to look at. If it weren't for the saturation, I would love it. And don't get me wrong, the gameplay and the structure in this kingdom is fantastic, and the fact that it's a lava-y, mountainy kingdom with this amazing cooking theme is really cleverly done. But fuck, is it rough on the eyeballs. But that won't deter me, certainly. Let's head up here up these mussels and gather some purplums, and then down here we can see the slots building. We know how this goes by now. But this one has 5 in it, which just means we again have to shoot from the left and the right, and you've seen by now how these work. You just need to throw once it's on the regular heart, so regular hearts. No shit, too early. Well, I may as well line up regular hearts, I suppose. Cool, that was pretty nice. Got a heart. Didn't even pay for itself. Right, let's try that again. So it's just after the heart we want to do it. After the heart, there we go. There's moons on one side, and then after the heart, there we go. Moons on the other side. Easy to just do by eye. Wonderful. Right, let's head back outside. And if we follow just this along to the east here over this... is this an apple? Is it a pepper? Very unclear. We can grab 3 purplums here. And why am I spinning? If we continue along east, then there are another few purplums here. This is a big kingdom, as you can see. It's got a lot of story moons, and it's got a lot of purplums. It's got the full 100. It's a full-size kingdom, certainly. Smashing those boxes reveals in the topmost one is a moon. Even the moons are, hard to look at. And the way it's like, oh, what goes well against a brown and kind of bright pink background? I know, vivid cyan. Hideous. With that, up down to the east here are some turnips. One of them is not like the others. It's gold. Gold turnips are special, and we get a reward if we bring gold turnips to this massive stew pot and throw it in. We'll see a fair few of these throughout the kingdom. But every golden turnip you return to that stew pot will return us a mood. So that's golden turnip recipe 1. It says recipe. All the recipes are throw golden turnip into stew, but there we go. There's 3 purplums around there, and then we have the crazy shop here. Crazy cap shop, even. Oh, this guy's got something to say. What's he saying? I like how the forks form hands. Climbing the mountain used to be a piece of cake, but the path up to our stew pot has crumbled to pieces. There's no way up there now, not unless you can sprout wings or hitch a ride with a flappy type. No, we'll get back to that. Anyway, let's head into the crazy cap. And as you know, first things first, we come to the gold... oh, we got some new stuff in. So for beating the Seaside Kingdom, we get a clown outfit, which I'm literally never going to touch ever. But let's buy ourselves the Power Moon for this kingdom. I do like the music in here. Do-do-do-do-do. There's various sort of themes, versions of the music in Crazy Cap, and some are deeply catchy. And then it moves on to another one, which is less catchy. But anyway, we have got precisely 15 purplums, with which we can buy the chef's hats. We've got 2 outfits here, because it's 100 purplum kingdom, and the chef's outfit. Wonderful. Let's head outside, and immediately, actually, we can use this outfit. So, well, what do we look like? Look at that, Chef Mario, wonderful. We can use this actually immediately to the left. We have this locked building, which is guarded by a Volbono. And if we talk to him, he says, "This is a place where chefs can come dressed to cook. And hey, you've got the clothes and the hat. Come right on in." A chef's got a dress to impress. I have no idea where the actual hat comes from, like why that's a thing for chefs. Nothing worse than a so-so simmer. And this guy as well says, "We've got this pot on a good simmer. Really brings out the flavour. But you know what? Could be better. A little hotter, that'd do it. But I just can't get any more heat from that lava." But we can use a lava bubble. And if we hop him straight into the stew pot, then we get ourselves a moon from it. I don't know whether this counts as the main moon or the secret moon of this secret area, but there we go, a strong simmer. We now actually do want to get all the way to the end here. So, these enemies here, these little tomatoes, they've got a kind of cool thing to them. You hit them with your hat, and they will melt and turn into a blob of hot nonsense on the floor. Interesting thing about these guys, though, is they'll do the same if you jump on them. That blob of hot nonsense stays there. And there are advantages to it. If we take ourselves a lava bubble, lava bubbles will die if they hit the normal ground. But lava bubbles can survive in lava. Fine, cocks. You gotta actually land it there properly. Right, let's try that properly. There we go. Nope, there we go. So yeah, if you land outside of lava, you will die, but you can hop nicely between these pools of lava that we've made. That's a very cool gameplay mechanic, I must say. And hop safely over to here. Once again, here we now have another stew pot, which we can heat up. And release ourselves another moon. Yeah, lava bubbles really are one of the... They're the key capture, I suppose, for this kingdom. Every kingdom basically have one, you know, Typhoos or Gushions or whatever. And there's a lot of very cool mechanical stuff with them. Let's head back outside. Now, let's start heading east, and this is kind of where we need to go by and large. Our story moon is actually over there, but what we want to do is grab ourselves a lava bubble, and there are a couple of purplums which we can gather under this bridge. The purplums themselves are like appley things as well, which is quite cool. If we head over to the east here, then we have these kind of lava-y magma platform fountain things, which do bubble up and down. It can be quite difficult to actually see where you need to land on them, but that's quite cool. And what we actually want to do is come around here. We've got a Volbono in here who says, "We need that meat up there to finish our stupendous stew, but I'm sure that crazy bird is going to go after it. What to cover with? Salt. That's how we treat our meat before dropping it into the stew. Extra tasty." You're not wrong there. If you're about to cut, right, doctor's cooking advice for the day. If you're about to, I've messed up and missed something. No, I haven't. I don't think. Yeah, if you're about to cook something, like a joint of meat or something like that, or like anything basically this goes for, if you're about to fry something for an extended period of time, what you want to do is marinate it. I have fucked up. Oh, I should have probably swum around this while I was on a lava bubble. Because that's where I want to be, I think. Oh, I know what I've missed. Right, let's just head back to town and try this whole thing again. But what I was going to say, I mean, I've been trying to give cooking advice while completely fucking up actually playing the game, but yeah. If you're about to, like, just fry or cook something like that, if you literally haven't got anything else, salt. Salt is great. Salt will just make something taste better. We often joke about the, what are you cooking? That smells great. Starter kit, which is basically salt, olive oil, onion, garlic. Start any meal with that, fry that up, and then whatever the fuck you do from there on doesn't matter so much, but that is a great start to basically any meal. Onions are the shit. Garlic is also the shit. This is what I was looking for, was this thing here. Which gets us into an interesting little mini game of so this is quite cool. The scissors will throw your hat, and then of course if they hit something which you can then go on and capture, you'll be sucked over there, which is a mildly interesting kind of gameplay thing. I'm actually gonna over there just... Oh, nope, that was not the one I wanted. I wanted to go for that, get some coins, and then it brings us back to there. I don't know how easy this is to watch, quite frankly. Oh, bollocks. Well, let's try that again from the bottom. Yeah, certainly anything which I'm cooking in like a frying pan. It's a bit different when you know you're ovening stuff, but anything that I'm remotely frying, it's pretty uncommon that something will start with any process other than chopping an onion and some garlic and starting to fry that in olive oil with a little seasoning. And that is certainly the key to just a meal, which is probably going to taste pretty acceptable. Might not be amazing, but just there'll always be a nice base. Actually, there's a secret over here to the left, which is up here, which is Fork Flickin' Detour. Wonderful. I actually got the main moon first and then came back over here. So with that all done, let's head back outside. Now here we want to grab ourselves another bubble. As you saw a bit earlier, bubbles can jump through these platforms, but obviously Mario can't. Oh, but that was the wrong button! I'm dead. I'm so dead. Right, let's try that properly. You'll notice it's giving us a nice little ramp there. We can dash as these lava bubbles just for getting around a little bit faster. But now I actually want to... Yes, my notes weren't saying go to the lava fountains. My notes were very clearly saying at the lava fountains go... Well, they didn't say go right, they said go east or whatever that is. And that's the thing, like sometimes I get confused when I put directions instead of left or right, as in actual cardinal directions. Anyway, we have got a checkpoint here, I thought we had, but we don't yet. I guess it's once we've got this. So, here's something new. This is a hammer bro. No, it's not a hammer bro, it's a frying pan bro, but officially in the capture list it's called a hammer bro. We can see other versions of this which have hammers, but in this kingdom, they throw frying pans really inaccurately, I might add. But other than that, they handle like the fire bros we have already seen, that they bounce along automatically, and you can jump with A, and then yeah, they throw hammers instead of fire, which the fire bros throw. The main thing they can do is cheese rocks. They can chuck through quite easily. Let's grab these few purplums, and then we can head into the secrets. So this is an interesting one. We'll grab ourselves another hammer bro here and have a nice chance to take him for a spin. So, over to the right here. Up there at the top, you'll see there's a moon sparkling there. Getting up there is a bit of a precise art. Don't just smash cheese rocks willy-nilly, or you will probably destroy your actual ability to get up here in the first instance. On this side, however, absolutely smash cheese blocks willy-nilly. There are 5 mini-moons hidden in here in various places. As you can see, I'm basically pointing in the same direction and hammering the button, and where the shots do or don't happen to hit is pretty fucking random. They are not a very repeatable weapon, certainly. But they have the nice advantage of wherever they hit, they will successfully get a mini-moon if they contact one directly. So with that, I think we basically... Is there one down there still? Did we get that? We got that one, cool. So there is one more to get. Is it on that side? I think it actually might be over here. Yep, there it is. There we go. Yeah, they're a bit of a fucking mad thing. Hammer bros that they're just throwing at random until you generally hit in roughly the direction you might have been aiming for. Right, let's head back outside and head back over to where we captured that first hammer bro, or we can kick the wall really hard, that works too. And here we of course do want to capture another hammer bro. Our story moon is there, encased in a cage. We'll milk some good coins out of that, and then we want to unlock these stairs up here, and at the top here. Well, firstly, actually, we want to get buried in these stairs are various purplums. There's actually 4 at each of the corners, I believe. That's 28. There we go, that's how many it should be. In total, it was 4 there. And once we're over here, we want to unlock this lever. And this will unlock our moon. So this gives us our next story moon, which is helpfully entitled Under the Cheese Rocks. That does what it says on the tin. And with that, we actually something unlocks up ahead, which unlocks the next bit of our pathway, which is Big Pot on the Volcano, : Dive in! Based on what the bird is thinking about, you can maybe see where this is going to go. But we'll grab ourselves a checkpoint here, and we'll grab ourselves the path to the meat plateau. We'll grab ourselves a bubble. What I want to do straight with this bubble is try and land him on this sconce. Incidentally, sconce is perhaps like for basically a bracket that holds a torch. Is possibly one of my favourite words because A, it's incredibly like oddly specific. but also B, it just sounds great. Sconce. Brilliant. We want to grab this bubble here and head under here, where we can quickly grab another 3 purplums. And then let's head back onto the land. And we want to head kind of over to this corner here. You'll notice there are 2 purplums here that are quite high in the sky. In order to reach them, we got to hit... Oh, crap. Maybe I can do that then. I wanted to get a tomato under each so I can use bubbles to fire up. Let's see if this is going to work. So only one of them will work, so we can hop from here and from here. Nope, messed that up. If you kill a bubble by landing it on the ground, it will just reappear at wherever it's supposed to spawn anyway. But an interesting thing about bubbles is generally they'll stay where you left them. Like if I jump him over here, get this thing, and then jump him out here and leave him, that bubble will remain there. It will just jump vertically exactly where you left him. There are actually some ways you can utilize this. Right, let's see if I can get that. I think... Whoop, there we go, yep, nicely. But if they die, obviously they will go back. But it's a cool thing about the whole bubble thing. Right, if we head over to this side now, I'm going to ignore that hammer bro. And, oh, he's not going to ignore me, though. And I'm going to kill myself, apparently. Jesus. Right, let's try this again. Kill the hammer bro by landing on him. We have a Volbono here, which we can flick up for a couple of purplums. And then over here is a little secret door, which is what we want. So this is the narrow magma path, which is basically starting to test out some of your lava bubble skills. Because it's actually got moving lava platforms, which is kind of vaguely horrifying. Kind of vaguely, there we go. I want to position these tomatoes there and there. Just want to make sure we kill them where they stand. And with that, we can then use a bubble. You can, of course, land on tomatoes with a bubble, and they will die. But sometimes it can be better to just position them before we go. You can see what I'm starting to mean about how there's just some... how there's some really cool mechanical stuff in this world. Like, I've tried to make that a little bit easier for myself. But yeah, the idea of like having these tomatoes that burst into like lava that you can use, like the whole way a lot of the bubbly like mechanics work, it's just... It's a really like tightly done world from a mechanical gameplay perspective. It's just a shame it's god awful to look at. And I can kind of see what they're going for. Oh, this is where I feel really happy for the notches I have in my GameCube style controller for just being able to go perfect. Not acute angles, cardinal directions, there we go, really nicely. Those are the only purplums that are in here, so we just have to land on here. And I might as well just hoover up a few gold coins while I'm here and get the main moon of the magma narrow path. Wonderful. Should that be narrow magma path? I think that's what I said, but I was wrong. Cool, and with that, we will end it there, I think. So thank you, everyone. It's been... Oh, you can see actually where we were ages ago. When we came here from the Wooded Kingdom, we were up on that platform there. We've already changed the level quite a lot since we looked at that there, and we're about to physically change it a lot more next episode. I hope you'll join me then for our journey further up Mount Volbono. Thank you very much, and good day.